Hello there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am excited to be with you guys this morning. I know it's been a minute and it feels like it's been a minute. It is Robin and I am back. That's right. I am back teaching today on one of my favorite subjects, and that is communications. It's so important, it's vitally important that your ministry, especially church, that we communicate well. And so, one of the issues that as a church consultant, when I go in and I do my workshops and I sit down and I meet with leaders, is they share that they don't get enough information or that they don't get it in a timely enough fashion. So today, I am going to talk about the 5 questions that you should ask that will help you as a ministry as it relates to communicating with your audience. All right, let me make sure I got everything going here. I believe so. All right. Give you guys a little bit more time. I see you coming on. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. Alrighty, we got everything going. So let me play my little theme song. Y'all know I gotta share my Robin Ware show. So here we go. All right, so of course it's time for Let's Talk Church with Robin. And as I shared, we are going to be talking about 5 questions that church leadership should ask about their communication strategy. Welcome to everybody. If this is your first time hanging out with me on YouTube, yes, please make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Let me make sure you see me. Hit that subscribe button as well as hit the bell so that you get the alert that I am live. And I know some of you guys are watching me over on Instagram, so thank you so much for hanging out with me over on the gram as well. But hang out with me over on YouTube and you'll get to see the slides. All right, so let's get started. Of course, 5 questions church leadership should ask about their communication strategy. So, question number 1 is, am I sending out information in a timely enough fashion? Easy. Am I sending out information in a timely enough fashion? Well, it's really important that if you want to hold your leaders accountable for what you expect, you have to make sure that you communicate with them in a timely enough fashion. You know, there's a saying as it relates to even showing up, to show up early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. And to be late is totally unacceptable. Well, it's the same thing with communication. It's vitally important that you send out your communication in a very timely fashion. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I know you may be saying, 90 days. Well, at least 90 days is kind of like a save the date. It's information is coming, but we want to just put this on your radar. Then 60 days is, remember, this is coming. Here are the dates. Here are the goals. Here's who we're inviting. This is what we're expecting and what we're going to need from your team. We're going to need ushers. We're going to need greeters. We're going to need parking lot folks. Go ahead, reach out to your people, make sure they are in place. And then 30 days, okay, here are the definite dates that we're going to need everybody. Here are the times. Here's the uniform. Here's what, is to be rehearsed. All of that at 30 days. And then, of course, 14 days and 7 days, you go more in depth. All right. So how do you know, though, that you're doing it? Well, what tools are you using? Are you only sending out that information via email? Well, you got to use more tools. What about GroupMe? GroupMe is a great app that you can use. You put all of your team members on that GroupMe app, and then they will get notifications whenever you update the GroupMe. So, really important that you use GroupMe, all right? Great, great tool. Even texting, put everybody in a group text with that information. And then, if you are communicating by email, how often do you ask, is your email address correct? People change email addresses all the time and they think nothing of it. So, it is important that you make sure that you are using the correct email address. All right? Good stuff. All right, number two, the second question you should ask about your communications. How do you know when the email has been accessed? How do you know when the email has been accessed? Are you reading your analytics? That's key. Are you reading your analytics? Go into your email system provider, whether it's Constant Contact, which you all know is one of my favorite. In fact, I got a video here on YouTube that tells you how to use Constant Contact and even sign up for it. And if you need some information, I'll gladly help you with it. But go to that video. But read your analytics. What is your open rate? What time of the day are people opening their emails? Another way that you can see if people accessed it is to give them a call to action, CTA, a call to action, meaning tell them to send an email to XYZ that they are on board, that they are going to be in place, that their team has been notified. Listen, most ministries work with volunteers, and you owe it to your volunteers to tell them that you understand how to communicate with them. Don't just take it for granted. See, if you're on church staff, you're getting paid. Even some church leaders get a stipend. And so you, of course, are more inclined to read your email. You're more inclined to stay on top of what it is that's being asked. But the ministry leaders, the ones that are doing the work, the volunteers, they are the ones that we owe it to them to make sure that we communicate with them in such a fashion that says we appreciate the sacrifice that you make to serve. So we understand the least we can do is give you the information you need in a timely fashion and in the way that you need it. And you can't expect leaders to reach out to you just on their own and say, hey, I'm not getting the information in a timely enough fashion, or I'm not getting it to my right email. In a perfect world, they would do that, but you cannot expect them to just do that on their own. So give them a call to action. Yes, everybody, give them a call to action. Now, I am in the comments over on YouTube, so if you want to communicate with me, go over on YouTube and jump in the comments, and I will gladly respond. All right. So, number three, the third question that you should ask is, what mediums work best? What mediums work best for you to communicate? Is it through videos? Everybody thinks, well, you send an email, but no, you could record a video and put it in that email. All right. So record a video. Everybody knows that cell phones now have amazing cameras and videos that make it really nice, high quality, that you can record your own video as a ministry leader. Don't think that the pastor or senior leadership, that they're the ones that have to record videos in order for them, to be heard. You got to get your team used to hearing your voice, to seeing you show up as a leader outside the four walls of church, outside of Sunday morning, outside of just your ministry meetings. All right. No, when you send out your weekly communications, I said weekly. That's right. Look, let me help y'all. I said weekly communication. Listen, how many of you all would like to work for someone that only communicates with you on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis or when they think about it basis? It's not excellent, and it's not efficient. And, one of the things I teach when I speak live and I do my radical hospitality and wow, your guest workshops is that as leaders, we have to connect with their heart. Yes, Then you can ask them for their hand. It's really important. Engage, connect with their heart. Then you can ask them for their hand, and they will do basically anything because they trust you. You've taken them through the steps of knowing you, liking you, and trusting you as a leader. Respect doesn't come through titles. Respect even doesn't come through position. It comes through relationship, right? You got to earn it. And so it is important. And this is one of the ways that you can do that. Okay. See, y'all got me in my sweet spot. So I'm just flowing. But let me jump back here to number 3. All right. Talking about the mediums that you can use. So videos, of course, images. A lot of people are visual. You can create a custom image. Now, y'all know I'm a Canva girl. I absolutely love Canva. That's right. Canva is a great tool that you can use to create graphics. It is so super simple. Canva.com. That's the website. You should introduce it to your ministry teams. Now, if you're not, technologically savvy, and I get it, then get someone on your team that is, and tell them that you want to create graphics so that each week when you send out your email communication, you're not just sending out words, right? You're sending out pictures, things that are nice, that are attractive to engage them, to capture their attention. Emails now are just about like billboards. You have about 3 seconds to capture a person's attention. It's all about the subject line, and then it's all about the visual aspect of what they see once they open up that email. All right. So it is vitally important that you make sure that they have something nice to look at. So even a spreadsheet, spreadsheets are great, particularly fill in spreadsheets. I love this. It takes a little bit of effort, but listen, your team is worth it. But I go online, and if I've got any type of forms, I build them using fill in blanks so that they can just type right on the form. You can still save it as a Word doc or pages, depending on what system that you're using. So spreadsheets or fill in forms, those make it easy for your team to share information and to provide updates to their teams. All right. Let's keep going. Number 4, the fourth question that you can ask about communications is, did they understand what you were trying to convey? All right. Did they understand what you were trying to convey? Did they understand what you are trying to convey? It's really important that they understand what you're trying to convey. How do you know that? Well, how do you measure? What are your measurement tools? Again, are you asking them in your meetings? Did you get the information? Did you understand it? Did it make sense? All right. Did you have any questions about it? Did they understand what you were conveying? How do you measure? Again, just by asking. Maybe you do a survey. Ask them to fill out some sort of form letting you know, or of course, digital. We want to make sure that we incorporate technology, but give them a digital survey through Google. Google has survey options. I love Google Drive. It's got all the different apps that Google offers, and you can create forms through Google Drive. All right. And then lastly, this is so important. Number 5, the 5th question that you can ask about the way you communicate is, how do you know when it's time to approve as a leader? How do you know when it's time that you need to improve your communication style? Well, who are you asking? If you're asking your yes people, they're going to tell you, oh, everything you do is wonderful. No. You got to make sure that you are asking people that will give you the truth, that you're asking people that the information makes a difference, that you're asking people that the information greatly impacts. Because if you are counting on your people to respond in, of course, a way that makes them provide you with the action that you need, then you owe it to them to go back to them, yes, to see if they are getting what it is they need. So don't fall in the booby trap of just asking the people that impact you, that serve you closest, right? Those that are sitting at the table with you, those that are serving with you. They may be busy and just be like, oh yeah, it's great, so that they can go back to what they're doing. You got to ask the people that need the information. All right. So, those are my 5 questions that you as a leader should ask yourself about the way you communicate. So, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on YouTube. And of course, those that hung out with me on Instagram. It has been absolutely great. Thank you guys. Make sure you follow me, of course, on YouTube and hit that bell so that you subscribe and you receive notifications when I am live. All right. Thank you guys. God bless you.